What if I told you that one simple reset, something you can do in under 5 minutes, could fix your engine, clear warning lights, and save you hundreds in repair bills? Mechanics don't want you to know this, but today I'm revealing 20 car reset hacks that put the power back in your hands. Ready to outsmart your dashboard? Let's go! First, let's understand what a reset actually does. Modern cars are basically computers on wheels. From the engine control module to dozens of hidden sensors, everything's connected. And sometimes a small glitch can trigger big problems. That's where resets come in. Just like rebooting your phone, a simple reset can clear false error codes, recalibrate your system, and even fix weird driving behavior. And the best part? You can do most of them yourself, free, fast, and without touching a single tool. Let's start with the classic, the battery disconnect reset. It's one of the oldest tricks in the book, but it's still incredibly effective today. Here's how to do it. First, turn off your engine and remove the key. Then, pop the hood and disconnect the negative battery terminal. That's the black cable. Now, press and hold the brake pedal for about 30 seconds to drain any leftover power from the system. Wait at least 15 minutes, then reconnect the battery. That's it. This simple move clears volatile memory in your car's engine control unit, forcing it to relearn things like idle speed, fuel trim, and throttle response. You might even see check engine lights disappear, especially if they were caused by minor sensor glitches. The downside? You'll lose your radio presets, clock settings, and maybe even some seat memory. But for most drivers, that's a small price to pay for a car that feels refreshed and responsive again. Next up is the ignition key trick, a hidden feature in many older vehicles, especially Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and some early Ford models. This method doesn't just reset things, it actually helps you read stored diagnostic trouble codes without any tools. Here's how it works. Insert your key and turn it to the on position without starting the engine. Then quickly cycle the key from off to on 3 to 5 times, depending on your vehicle. Watch your check engine light. It'll start flashing in a pattern. For example, 3 blinks a pause, then 2 blinks would mean code 32. Some of these codes will clear themselves if the issue is no longer present, especially if it was an intermittent fault. It's a clever way to peek into your car's brain without a scan tool and possibly clear a light that's been bugging you for no reason. Now, let's talk about the fuse pull reset, a more targeted way to reboot your car's brain without wiping everything else. Instead of disconnecting the entire battery, you simply remove the fuse linked to a specific control module, like the ECU, TCU, or PCM. Start by locating your fuse box, usually under the hood or beneath the dashboard. Then, find the fuses labeled ECU, ECM, PCM, or TCU. Carefully pull them out and wait about 10 to 15 minutes before plugging them back in. This method clears the memory of just that one system, which is perfect if you're trying to recalibrate the throttle, clear engine codes after repair, or reset transmission behavior without losing your radio presets or clock settings. It's precise, clean, and effective, especially when you want to reset without the hassle of starting from scratch. Let's move on to something that can really ruin your day, limp mode. If your car suddenly feels like it's stuck in second gear or won't rev past 3,000 RPM, it's probably gone into limp mode to protect itself from potential damage. This happens a lot in vehicles like Nissans, Volkswagens, and older BMWs. The good news? You can often exit limp mode with a simple reset, either by disconnecting the battery or using the fuse pull method. But, and this is important, you should only do this after fixing the root cause of the problem. Limp mode is your car's way of waving a red flag. If you clear it without addressing the issue, it'll just come back, or worse, cause damage. But once the repair is done, a reset can help restore normal performance instantly and get you back on the road with full power. If your automatic transmission feels sluggish, clunky, or just off, your car might need a shift point reset. Over time, modern transmissions, especially in brands like Nissan, GM, and Mercedes, adapt to your driving style. But sometimes that adaptive logic gets confused, leading to poor performance. Fortunately, there's a simple trick to reset it. Here's how. With the engine off, turn the key to the on position, don't start the car. Then press the gas pedal all the way to the floor and hold it for 10 seconds. While still holding the pedal, turn the key to the off position. Finally, release the gas pedal and wait about 2 minutes before starting the engine. This process resets the transmission control module's memory, helping it relearn clean, crisp shift patterns. The result? Smoother, snappier shifts that can make your car feel brand new again. Next up is a quick fix for one of the most annoying driving issues: jerky acceleration, rough idle, or poor throttle response. These are often signs that your throttle position sensor, or TPS, needs a reset. Luckily, many vehicles, especially Toyota, Honda, and Nissan, allow you to do this manually with a simple sequence. Start by turning the key to the on position without starting the engine. Wait about 2 seconds, then press the gas pedal all the way down and release it 5 times. Yes, 5. After that, wait another 10 seconds, then start the engine. If it worked, you should notice smoother throttle response and more stable idling right away. It's a great DIY trick that can make your car feel more responsive, especially if it's been acting up after a battery disconnect or sensor glitch. After you perform a battery disconnect reset, you might notice your engine's idle feels rough or unstable. That's totally normal because the ECU has lost its learn it idle settings. To fix this, you need to do an idle relearn, which helps your car's computer recalibrate the right idle speed and fuel trim. Here's how to do it. Start your engine with all accessories turned off, including the AC, and let it idle for about 5 to 10 minutes. Next, turn on the AC and let the engine idle for another 5 minutes. Finally, take the car for a gentle drive, avoiding heavy acceleration or high RPMs for around 10 minutes. This process teaches your ECU the correct idle parameters again, smoothing out roughness and preventing stalls or hesitation. Skipping this step can leave your car feeling jittery and unsteady after a reset, so take the time, it's worth it. Next, let's cover how to reset that stubborn TPMS warning light, the tire pressure monitoring system that sometimes just won't turn off even after you've inflated your tires. The reset process is pretty simple. First, make sure all your tires are inflated to the manufacturer's recommended pressure. Then, with the ignition on but the engine off, press and hold the TPMS reset button, usually located under the dash, until the light blinks 3 times. After that, take your car for a drive at 30 miles per hour or faster for about 10 minutes. In most cases, the light should turn off once the system recalibrates. If it doesn't, it might be a sign that one of your TPMS sensors is faulty or has a dead battery, and you'll want to have it checked or replaced. This quick reset saves a lot of unnecessary trips to the mechanic and keeps you rolling safely. Now let's talk about those maintenance reminder lights, the ones that pop up to remind you about oil changes or scheduled services. Keep in mind, these lights aren't warning you of engine problems. They're just reminders to stay on top of routine maintenance. The good news is you don't need a mechanic or expensive scan tool to reset them. For example, on many Toyota models, you can reset the light by turning the key to the on position without starting the engine, then pressing and holding the trip meter button. While holding the button, turn the key off and then back on, still holding the button until the dashes disappear or zeros appear on the display. Different car brands have their own methods, but most are simple and DIY friendly. Resetting these lights yourself keeps your dash clean and helps you keep track of your car's upkeep. Let's talk about OBD2 tools. These little gadgets are a game changer for anyone who wants to take control of their car's health without breaking the bank. Basic scanners cost as little as $20 to $30, but if you want more features, options like the OBD Link LX or FIXD give you live data, freeze frames, and maintenance logs right on your phone. These tools read trouble codes from your car's computer, so you can find out exactly what's going on before heading to the shop. For example, codes like P0455 for a loose gas cap, P0300 for engine misfire, or P0131 for an oxygen sensor issue are common and often easy to fix yourself. With an OBD2 scanner, you can diagnose problems, clear codes, and save money by handling simple repairs on your own. It's like having a mechanic in your glove box. Whenever you replace critical sensors like the MAF, mass airflow, O2, oxygen, or TPS, throttle position sensor, it's essential to clear the old data stored in your car's ECU. If you don't reset the memory after installing new sensors, the ECU may continue using outdated values, which can delay improvements or cause drivability issues. The best way to do this is with a battery disconnect or a fuse pull reset, followed by an idle relearn to help the engine settle back into smooth operation. This simple step ensures your car's computer fully adapts to the fresh sensor inputs and keeps everything running optimally. When it comes to ABS, anti-lock brakes, and SRS, supplemental restraint system or airbags codes, things get a bit more specialized. These safety-critical systems usually require specialized scan tools like Carista or BIMR code to read and clear fault codes properly. Generic OBD2 scanners often can't handle these systems. And here's the important part, never reset ABS or airbag codes unless the underlying issue has been fully repaired. Clearing these codes without fixing the problem can put your safety at risk, so always treat these resets with caution. When done correctly, clearing these codes after repairs helps restore proper system function and turns off those persistent warning lights. Some modern cars offer a full factory reset through the infotainment system, which clears out everything: paired phones, saved preferences, driving data, and more. This kind of reset doesn't affect your engine or control modules, but it's incredibly useful if you're dealing with glitches in your infotainment system or simply getting ready to sell your car and want to wipe your personal info clean. Check your owner's manual for the exact steps, often called Master Reset or Factory Restore. It's a quick way to refresh your car's tech without any complicated tools. For cars equipped with continuously variable transmissions, CVTs, especially brands like Nissan, Subaru, and Toyota, the transmission's logic adapts to your driving style over time. Sometimes this learning can cause sluggish shifts or a laggy feel. Fortunately, many CVTs have a simple relearn process to reset and improve performance. Usually, this involves warming up the engine fully, then driving at a steady throttle while applying firm acceleration and deceleration a few times. Some models may require scan tools, but often the transmission will relearn automatically over a few days of driving. The result? Smoother, more responsive shifts and a more enjoyable driving experience. If your car's air conditioning or heating is acting up, like weird airflow, strange noises, or clicking sounds, it might be a problem with the blend doors or HVAC system calibration. Luckily, many vehicles let you reset the HVAC system quickly. A common method is to turn the ignition on, then press and hold the recirculate and rear defrost buttons together for about 5 seconds. You'll often hear the vents cycling as the system recalibrates itself. This simple reset can fix airflow issues and silence annoying noises, restoring your climate control to normal without a costly repair. After a wheel alignment or disconnecting your battery, your car's steering angle sensor may need a reset to work properly. This sensor is crucial because it tells your traction and stability control systems how the wheels are turned. If it's out of sync, you might see warning lights or experience those systems behaving oddly. To reset it, start the engine, then turn the steering wheel fully to the left, then fully to the right, and finally center it. After that, drive straight for at least 10 seconds. This simple process lets the sensor recalibrate, ensuring your traction and stability controls function correctly and keep you safe on the road. Here's a bonus tip that can save you a lot of headaches down the road. Keep a reset log. Every time you perform a reset, jot down the date, what you reset, and any changes you noticed. This simple habit helps you track patterns, see what works, and makes future diagnostics easier for you or a mechanic if problems come back. If a warning light returns after a reset, it's a clear sign that the issue is real and needs deeper attention. A reset log turns guesswork into solid information, giving you even more control over your car's health. Now it's your turn. Which reset trick worked best for you? Drop your stories in the comments, and let's build a community of smart drivers. If this video helped you out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips to keep you in control. Drive smart, stay safe,